Hi, Cancer. I hope you guys are doing well today. Basically, I pulled some cards for you guys, and I'm using my new deck, the Tattoo Tarot that I've got, and I also got some Oracle cards, and they're called the Moon, which is kind of blatantly obvious and like boring name, but anyways, it's funny because the cards that I pulled, only pulled three, and I didn't really set intentions for what anything was going to mean because this is for Cancer and this is my sign, so I wanted to just see what the energy was and fill it out. And the first card I pulled was the Knight of Coins, which would be the Knight of Pentacles. The second one was the Ten of Swords, and the last card was the Emperor. That's a hell of a set of cards, and I feel like I completely understand what this is saying with 1,000%. And it's basically the Knight of Coins, the Ten of Swords, and the Emperor is basically when you're like put into a position to where you're moving forward, but you know it's going to be painful. But you know in the end you're going to be on top of your shit. You're going to be where you need to be. But you do know that you're going to have to go through a bunch of bullshit to get there. And you know it's not going to be easy. And you're prepared for it. And you're willing to do it. It doesn't matter what it could be. But whatever the situation is, you know it's got to be faced head on. And you know once you do that, because of the struggle itself and previously everything you've already been through, you will be the Emperor. You'll be sitting pretty where you need to be. But you know for a fact that you have to be through this bullshit to get to that point. And so that's why you're like a slow moving energy, sort of, with the Knight of Coins. It's like it's moving slow. It's like it's taking forever. And it does feel that way. It does feel like there's no validation to the pain and there's no verification of anything with anywhere or anybody, because you do keep a lot of it stuff down. I feel deep down, like I know I do. And so I do feel like if anyone's going through the same processes or the same situations, or this does resonate with you, I do feel you. And it sucks. But what's even the beautiful thing is, though, like, it's not a useless pain. Like, most of the time we don't know. But for some reason we know this time. It's like we absolutely for certainty know this time that in the end it's going to put us finally where we need to be. But we're just stuck right now. It's like we can't get out of this shit, and I don't understand why. It's like nothing is opening up or nothing's working out the way it needs to. So it's like direct opposition, which is normal for me and for people born on the day that I was. In a lot of ways, that nothing that we do is easy. It's always difficult. It just doesn't work that way for us. I kid and say all the time that timing is off with the universe by like 7 seconds. It's crazy. So then I couldn't get anything else out of that. I literally shuffled the cards like a bunch of times, like trying to get something else to come out to see, like, okay, well, what happened? I was asking myself, well, what happened, to put me in this situation? What do I need to do to get to the Emperor, And nothing would come out at all. So I was like, okay, well, I guess we're done with this deck. So I picked up the Moon deck. And when I picked up the Moon deck, listen to this shit now. The first card that comes out is Moon in Cancer. You know what's ironic right now? It's a Moon in Cancer. It's a waxing gibbous moon, which is when it's growing, and the gibbous is when it's almost full. It's heading towards its full moon. But it's a Moon in Cancer right now, and this is a Cancer reading, and I picked the Moon in Cancer. And so this is so fitting. It was meant to be done right now, and I'm glad that I didn't come at this with any sort of pretense or any kind of intentions, which you can do, obviously, and you do need to do if you're trying to do that. But right now, I just wanted to fill some shit out, and because I'm all in my head right now. And so I feel like this was amazing. This was my confirmation. This should be your confirmation if you are like me. But this is what it says: Moon in Cancer. Spend time with family or helping others. Avoid situations that can be a drain on your emotions. Okay. So basically, the way we can move forward to be in the Emperor's position is to not even fucking fight back with this person or that situation. Or put any physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, any kind of effort, energy, thought, willingness, anything into this situation. Because honestly, this is saying avoid situations that can be a drain on your emotions. But you know you've got to go through this bullshit and it's going to be painful anyway. So why make it worse? Avoid those situations. Don't fight. You can't avoid the situation as a whole because you're a part of it until you leave the situation. But you can't avoid the minor situations within that big situation. Does that make any sense at all? I probably did not say that right. But basically, like, you're living there, or you're in that situation where you can't get out of that situation. That's why you feel stuck. And there's nothing you can do right now. But you can make it livable to a certain degree by not feeding into this narcissist or this person's shit. Don't entertain it. Don't entertain it. Don't argue back. Yes, it's hard. God, I know it's hard. I need to follow this, my own advice. Just don't let them feed off your energy. That's what they're trying to do. They're like a negative spirit or something. They're literally just trying to feed off your fear and off of your energy and off of your pain. It gets them high. And it's almost like being dead, isn't it? Imagine that. Alright, the next card I pulled was the card of the Moon in Capricorn. And it says, put aside emotional concerns and focus on achieving or increasing financial security. Alright, so once again, we're being told, don't involve yourself in that bullshit because it's going to bog you down. You're not going to be in a place where you need to be able to think to do your job or to do something you have to get done. And we know to be in the Emperor's position, we're going to go through some bullshit. So just focus on your money. And that's part of being the Emperor. You're going to have everything you need. So if you're going to have an emotional fulfillment, then worry about that later. But right now, worry about getting your financial fulfillment in line. So, which I'm sure a lot of us are doing. I know I'm doing that. I'm focused on my money right now because that's what I need to be focused on right now so that I can get to a place where I need to be. All right, the next card is Blue Moon. Now is a powerful time to set long-term goals and sow seeds for the future. Now, isn't that perfect? What did I just say? You got to make sure that you're focusing on being well-rounded and getting it all done. Focus on everything other than that relationship or everything other than that one job or that one person or that one situation that's causing you the stress. Do not feed into it. Don't allow it to feed off of you. I reiterate that again. Okay. Now there's a Moon in Virgo. This one's kind of weird, but the bottom part of it's kind of cool. Now the first part says issues surrounding health and exercise may come to the fore. That's not for all of us. That might be for some of us. And focus on your physical well-being. Now that is for everybody because everybody should be focused on their physical well-being no matter what. And that's what I say, we're focused on ourselves right now. We don't need to worry about this person or this situation or this energy that's taking from us and making us hurt. Focus on ourselves. Focus on our physical well-being. Maybe do some hiking or get out and by the beach, by the water or something and just enjoy. Enjoy what God has put out here for us to enjoy. Now the last card, and this one's kind of like, boom, bitch, here we go. Be prepared to be adaptable as plans you have laid may take an unexpected course. Well, fuck. That was the overall, and I felt like this was going to be, and I knew it as soon as I pulled the card, that was the overall reading's energy. The whole overall thing from the other deck to this deck, the whole reason that I pulled on this, because I wanted to know what was going on, is this right here. Be prepared to be adaptable. Because no matter what you think you got planned, it's probably not going to be that way. Story of my life. Probably story of your life, if you're just like me. So that was the overall energy, and that was the overall mood, the tone. And the cards I pulled were very fitting. I feel like they kind of complemented each other well. The Moon and Cancer card tripped me out, but it was my confirmation that I needed to post this, I needed to do this, because somebody needs to hear that you need to stop engaging with this situation or this person or whatever the fuck it is that's probably bringing you pain or causing you distress or putting that energy out there into the world to where I can read it. Whatever that is, stop. You're better than that shit. And I know you've probably heard this before, but there is a saying that goes, never argue with a fool, because onlookers cannot tell the difference. Okay? Keep that in mind. Not that you should give a fuck what the onlookers think, but you do. You do in this situation, because why the fuck would you want to look like an idiot for somebody that's a fucking idiot? That makes no sense. Like, if it was for a just cause, or you really were, like, not giving a shit, then that's one thing. But why argue with somebody when you really don't even fucking care? Like, deep down, do you really fucking care? Obviously, they care way more, but they're not showing it. Walk away. Let them eat their fucking words. This got really specific, didn't it? Maybe I'm like talking to myself too. And see what happens. Do better and do for yourself and do for your kids and your family and your life. And if you don't have kids, do for your freaking somebody's kids. I don't know. Do for somebody. You know, try to do stuff for something for somebody. And you'll feel better. That's another thing you could try to do. Sometimes I try to do that if I can. Even if it's just going to eat somewhere fast food and you let somebody at the window keep the change. Sometimes I do that. So just let somebody do that. You know, it doesn't matter, or pay for somebody behind you. Do something that's unexpected for somebody that might brighten their day. It might change the course of their whole freaking day. They may be like thinking that everybody in the world is evil, and you might completely change their life. Or completely change their outlook, which will change their life. Be the light, always. And I try to tell myself that as well. But thank you guys for letting me ramble, and I hope you enjoyed your reading. And this was my first time using the Moon Oracle cards. So I think it was pretty cool. The first card I ever pulled for a Cancer reading, and the first card I've used these cards officially for a reading would be our card. So that's what's up. And what a beautiful sign we are, really deep down. We don't get enough credit. All we get told is we're moody. Yes, we're moody. But if you walk through your entire life feeling every little thing to survive, the good and the bad, you would know so much more about life. One, and two, how much evil is in the world. So that way, when you think you find something good, that's why you cling on so hard. And that's why it hurts even worse. And it's unbearable pain. It's like breaking something. I mean, it's unbearable pain. When you love somebody unconditionally to where they can do anything to you, and they realize they can do that to you and get away with it because you love them that much, that's just unfathomable to me. But we catch that a lot from people. We catch that a lot from people. So don't let any bad connotations, who gives a shit about that, you know, because it's false anyway. And we are the nurturers and the mothers for a reason. The only reason we got these bad connotations is recently. But take care of yourself, Cancers, and I hope you have a wonderful night.